Okay, so today we're going to talk about the resource browser in Vectorworks. And the first thing I want to do is really define what is the resource browser. And it's simply exactly what the name says. Your resource are various components that are available for you to use in drawings. Uh, More than likely, you have already drawn them, or they may have come with Vectorworks. That you can import into a current drawing to save some time in recreating the same exact elements. And some elements that are, or some categories rather, that are considered resources are render textures and textures, which you use when you're working in 3D. A gradient, if you're going to put a color gradient on there. Um, there's a vector script. We're not going to get into those today. You can have images themselves. Again, we're not going to get into that today. Mostly that's with 3D. And then some other things that are available to you, and we're working in 2D basically, are hatches and symbols or plugin object. For the purposes of this video, symbols and plugin objects are going to be considered the same thing. How do you access the resource browser? You just come up here to Window, Palettes, and come down to Resource Browser Palette. And here it is. Now, some people leave this open all the time, kind of on the bottom here when they're drawing. I find it quite distracting. So if I need it, I just open it and then I close it. Typically, when you open it, the current file that you have open is listed here in this section. So, what are the different components to this palette? I'm going to bring it up here, but if you don't quite get this, if you go to the Vectorworks help and look up resource browser, you'll see this. This is in there, and it couldn't be any simpler than looking at this. So let's go through these items one by one. Uh, so this drop-down menu right here, which has Untitled 2 here, that is the file that you're looking for the resource in. Okay. The way this works is you make a drawing or you create something, and let's say you create a plant symbol. What you could do if we had a drawing here, let's take this drawing right here. G-Law. If I had this drawing here, and now I need another couple of plants over in this section right here. I have already created the plant symbols. What I could do is I could go to File, Open. I can navigate over to wherever my whatever files that I have. So right now that I already created the symbols in, so here I have it located on my desktop, so it's easy to find. TPT symbols. I locate the drawing that has the symbol that I'm looking for. Click this. Click open. Zoom in, and this is the one I want. So I take this, copy it, minimize this, zoom into where I need it, and paste it in there. Okay, I could do that. And adjust this the way I need it. I could do that. Vectorworks makes it much easier for you though. This palette has the ability to reach into that other drawing, and you'll be able to just drag and drop your resource. So, for instance, this one, I know the Lord Flowering Shrubs is the one I'm looking for. I just click here. It tells me that I have hatches and symbols in this file. Just put my drop down, and I find my ILEX right here, drag it, and drop it in. Here it's asking me, do I want to import this symbol into this drawing? I say okay, and there it is. Much easier, much faster, saves a lot of time. Okay, and then the same deal, you just come and fix whatever it is that you need to fix. Come on now. So that you can make the drawing the way that you want it. Okay? That's the purpose of this. To reach in. You're not, when you create a symbol, you're not saving it to the quote unquote resource browser. The resource is the symbol or hatch or whatever you've already made, and the browser means it allows you to navigate to it. So how does it do that? So let's look at this palette and see what it is that's here. So on the top, of course, it has the name Resource Browser. And then the second line up here, it says Files, and this is your File menu. And you can see right here, Files menu. So let's push this little arrow right here, this little drop-down menu type arrow. And when you do that, it's asking you what it is you want to navigate to. So this flowering shrubs, do I want to add that as one of my favorites? Do I want to create a new favorite file? Do I want to browse a document? Do I want to remove all or refresh it? Okay, so let's go to browse a document. Because let's say what you want is not available in your favorites right now, and you know you have a element, a symbol that you want to use. So you just click this, come to browse a document, and then all of you know how to navigate around. If you're not sure, this is on a Mac. I forget how it's done in a Windows, but it's the same thing. On a Mac, you go to your applications, and this is all the programs. And you just navigate down to the Vectorworks folder, which has the program in it, but it also has some other files that are associated with it. And come to libraries. Now this is the same in both Mac and PC. The folder is called libraries. Click down, and you can see there's a whole bunch of different libraries of textures, objects, image props, hatches, and all this type of thing. And let's say you want to go to some object that's a landscape or site. Click here, and now this is all the things that come. I might have added a few in here, but most of these are the ones that come with Vectorworks. And let's say we want some site furnishings and we want them in Imperial. You see they have it as metric and Imperial. We're going to pick Imperial for here. Click open. And now the symbols that are in this Vectorworks file are available for us to now go ahead and pick. Now these are different folders within here. When I'm creating my own, I normally don't. I find it easy enough to just find the resource I want, but if you get that advanced, you can start putting them in their own separate folders. And then you just double click on a folder like this, and now here is all your benches that are available. These are created by a manufacturing company. Make it easy for us. Okay, so that's what that area is for. This is the file that you want to take the resource from, the symbol or the hatch from. And if it's not located in your drop-down menu, what you can do is just come to browse a document. You could navigate around this way too. If you knew it was in the Vectorworks libraries, you can just come here, click Vectorworks libraries, and it opens up the same dialog box for you. Okay, so that's that top section. Now the second area right here is the resources. And this is what resources are available to you in this Vectorworks file. And you can see here there's a top level, meaning no folder. And then if you create folders, the various folders are there, and you can click on it and it will bring you into that folder. If you want to change something about the appearance of the resources, you would just click this button right here, and it opens up this little drop-down menu, and you can view your resources as a list. I'll click that so you can see it, and that's a list. So if you know the actual name of it, you put it that way. If you're not sure of the name or you like the way it comes, you put thumbnails, and it'll show you all the different thumbnails with the names on there, which is nice. It'll ask you what to show what object types. So right now we only have symbols in this folder, so we're just going to show that. If you wanted to find a resource, let's say this was a huge folder, file that had, lots and lots of them, you can find the resource with the name, meaning the name of the resource. Where would it be? And either in the current file, meaning this current file that has bollards in it, or if you're going to find it somewhere in your computer, you can go here. And I'm not going to go through that. That's pretty basic. It's just a find function. Okay. Let's see now. The next thing is what's available. And as I mentioned before, there's plenty of things available. When we're dealing with 2D, basically we're dealing with hatches and symbols. Once in a while you'll deal with a gradient, but not too often. And then the very bottom here, it's asking what is the active symbol. So if I have an active symbol, it would appear here, okay? And that's what this down here is. And pretty much that is everything about the resource browser. It's pretty simple to navigate in. The main point is when you create a symbol, I've done a couple of videos on plant symbols and regular symbols. You're not saving it to the resource browser. You're saving it to a Vectorworks file, and your resource browser allows you to pull in, demonstrate it one more time, to pull in whatever it is that you want from the file. Flowering shrubs. These are all my flowering shrubs. I now want to put a viburnum over here. Just drop it in. Almost, you can do this where it has don't ask this. I always have it come up. It only takes a second to answer it. Click OK, and there is my symbol with, of course, all the information it carries with it, as you can see in the object info palette. All the information that went along with it. Real time saver. Very quick, very easy. Okay, I guess that's it. Have a nice day.